It is 9:50 a.m. Wednesday, December 31st, and New Year's Eve. So I know everybody has these little videos that they make before the new year starts, and they celebrate and everything. I, for one, am not one for all of the celebrations and activities, etc. I'm workaholic. So this is this is the time where people, they make resolutions that they don't complete. This is the time where people say things that they say they're going to do and they don't do it. So I'm going to start off with, this is the second year that I have lived in the building that I am talking to you from. So that was an accomplishment for me. Never been late on my bills. I have succeeded after my surgery to not have any issues with reoccurring cancer issues. It hasn't come back. I've maintained my weight. I've also have been able to maneuver around with absolutely no pain. But I'm going to go into this story the same way that I did the last video that I did, and then we're going to get to the subject. All right. Getting this apartment, it came with a sacrifice. Not some voodoo sacrifice where you're sacrificing the chicken. Ain't nobody have to die. None of that garbage. This came from walking away. It also came from stop trying to fix things that you weren't even supposed to fix in the first place and working on yourself. So trying to get everything in order here. I want to clean my face and I want to read something. I was doing this exercise. It's to help release tension. It's as simple like this. And you sit for a couple of minutes. Try to do it for a minute. And focus on this area. And you breathe for about, for a whole minute. Inhale, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And you get a good stretch. And if you do this, you're going to feel all this right here. And after that minute, you release and you turn and you switch. Do the same thing. And then when you finish, you want to stretch, turn like this. And you want to breathe. Everything for 1 minute. And as the teacher was going through these stretches, and they feel good when you're done, he said, I know you all are having this feeling, you're feeling a little pain, you're feeling a little bit of discomfort from that stretch. He said that stretch is from all of the things that you have been holding inside. And then he says, and I'm reading it, all right, you gotta get that out of your system. Some of you all don't want to do that because you don't know how to, and you're scared to do it. And then he says this, the feeling that you're feeling, it's not going to kill you to get it out. But avoiding it just might. So what are you avoiding? That is what you're feeling. That is that discomfort. That discomfort, it turns into small pain. You may think it's gas. That's the emotion. That emotion can turn around and become what I experienced, cancer. And it gets worse if you keep avoiding it. Somebody who watches this or who may watch this video is experiencing that. You get into a slump so deep that you don't realize that you are avoiding something. And marijuana or whatever harsh drugs, prescriptions. But as soon as you get that out of your system, that no longer is a need. Now you're so engulfed in the habit that you don't realize that you got a habit, and it turns even worse. Now you're losing weight. You're looking like you're anorexic. Your body has been compromised because that emotion that you held on to is now draining you. It has overpowered your whole entire body, and your mind is not in the right place. That's what happened to me. I let one thing bother me so bad that I became 30 pounds underweight. I felt all that in my next dollar is going to come from, though I'm working. None of that meant anything because now I'm no longer with the woman that I wanted to be with. And I'm being looked upon like I'm a simp, like I'm a coward, like I was the weak. You're moving on with your life too. You're just not moving in the direction that you want to go. I said to people in previous videos, the best way you deal with cancer is to stay active. Always have something to do. Because you can be just as busy as the next person, but you're not in a good place. I also said that you want to dedicate 14 days of your life to making sure that wherever you're at now, you're not going to be 14 days later. The stretch exercises. The teacher in that session, he asks, I want you to focus in on your heart. And when you start focusing on your heart, I want you to ask be surprised that it will give you an answer by the way you're feeling. You may feel anxious. You may feel upset. You may feel a little out of it. There may be somebody watching this that's in a room right now. The room is dirty, it's dusty, it hasn't been cleaned, it's cluttered. Because you feel so weak that you just don't want to do anything. Find out exactly how you're feeling and dig deep into that feeling and find out why you're feeling that way. I am not going to say it's going to be easy. You are your best friend and your worst enemy. I battle myself every day. And start slowly writing down, because you will find it. You will find a solution. But remember these words: the feeling to kill you, but avoiding a feeling just might. Stop avoiding it. Look at yourself, look deep down into yourself, and ask yourself, what's going on? Let's fix this. One day at a time. Get up, do some stretches, get up, get in that house. If it's nice outside, get out the house. but I don't have anything to do. And that's why you need to get up, because you have nothing to do. So work on you. Get up, do some exercises. How about doing this? Getting up and reconnecting yourself with your higher self. Every day, I'm going to talk with myself and tell myself how I'm feeling. I'm going to write it down. And I'm going to get this out of my system. And every day, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get better. And yes, you will get better. You will get better at doing it. Because now, before you go to bed or before you go out, you're going to release anything that you don't want to affect your day. And when you come back in, when you come back home, you want to say these words. I got through it today. I got through it today. And this is how we're going to start fixing cancer and getting it out of your system. We're not going to allow my worrying, my state of depression, the way that I'm feeling, and everything that's going on in my life to feed this cancer, this energy, this cell that's absorbing the nutrients that I put in my body through my bloodstream. We're going to look at cancer like somebody that's living in your house and they're not paying rent. And you're paying the rent for them. We're not going to look at anyone that is living in our place and is not paying rent. Stop letting these emotions live in your house, your spiritual house, rent free. And it's draining out your spiritual bank account. Do you understand? Yep, it is difficult sometimes. We don't know what's going to happen. But did you make the effort? Did you really make the effort? Did you really make the effort? So let's start now. What's wrong? Most of the times that we're depressed is because we're looking at what everybody else have and not focusing on what we got. Most of our depression issues are because we see something that someone else has and what we don't have. Whereas if you are focusing on what you need to do, we stop focusing on us. Andre Taylor said this in one of his videos. F them, work on you. What are you working on? So I'm going to end it with this story, and then I'm going to make my and her children. And I was ready to go. And I busted my butt for 3 years trying to save up money so that I can get me a place and try to get everything together. And the place that I wanted to move to, it was perfect. The rent was perfect. It was affordable. I needed to get things back up and going. I did everything I was going to do. I saved up the money. I made sure everything that I needed, I had. I talked to the management office. They told me what they wanted. I said, okay, fine. I had it and then some. Then I started working on things like I want to get furniture. I want to make sure that I have every things. I had to realize I'm the minority in this situation and no one's going to listen to me. So that just made me more and more depressed. Also, prior to all of this, dealing with cancer, I lost practically everything and I had to start over again. So to have this opportunity to start over again, you're going to be excited that I'm back to a state of normality. And it just seemed as if it just never got better. And I'm getting more depressed. And I want to get out of here. And I want to be in my own place. And then these words hit. F them, work on you. You're not doing what you're trying to do for the right reasons. And you're trying to rush the process. I still got a 3-inch hole in my stomach. I'm wearing a colostomy bag. I'm still trying to completely heal myself. And out of all of this time that I'm sitting here trying to find a new place to move to and live and start over again, I'm still dealing with medical issues. I'm waiting for them to call me about my medical. I'm trying to get this surgery. And I thought about it. You know what? As painful as it is to accept this, maybe the reason why I'm not where I want to be is because there's some things that I haven't taken care of first. And maybe the spirit is trying to warn me, how about get this done first? Because if you do this and you get the place in the condition that you're in, something could possibly happen. And now you're going to lose that place, all that work you done did, and you ain't taking care of your health. So once I got that in my head, I stopped worrying about a place, though it was hard to accept. And I made sure that anything that I needed to do health-wise got done. It took me 10 hospital visits and multiple hours of making sure that all of my paperwork for my scans and medical insurance, everything was correct. Once that got done, I went through my 4th appointment. They still said they had to do some more scans. Of course, I'm frustrated. And then I got to meet my doctor, and they explained a lot of stuff to me. And they expressed that even when the surgery is done, you're still going to have to relax for 2 years, because most of patients that have this surgery, they end up having issues in 2 years. So now I'm looking at these 2 years. I just want the surgery done so I can get this bag off of me. I got it. I understand. Then I got to go pack up and go right back to this house that I don't want to be in. I'm sleeping on my sister's couch. I'm 40. I'm in my 40s, late 40s, 48, 49. I'm sleeping on my sister's couch. Back and forth. I just decided, you know what? I'm just go ahead and buy a bed. Now, I said I wasn't going to do any of this until I got my place. Don't look like it's going to happen. And then the place that I was trying to get, all of a sudden, they don't have any residencies. But you said you had it. It's married. And they decide they're going to get a house, and they're going to leave the place that we're at to us. But as soon as I'm comfortable with the terms and conditions, everything turns topsy-turvy. And I don't want to put anything out there on anybody, but I saw a pattern, and I said, okay, Spirit, whatever I'm not doing right, I'm trying to do right. But if this is where you want me to be at, no matter how hard I fight, I'm going to be here. So give me the strength to endure it until something comes up. And they kept saying, you're looking good, you're looking good, you're looking good. And then out of the blue, I get a phone call from a relative. And as we're talking, he says, yeah, I'm looking at some apartments for some people around your way. And it hit me. Then it started clicking in. Now, my sister gave me this place to take care of, and it was decent. But I'm living with her kids and a nephew. I'm already disagreeable with all of them, but I'm trying to make the most of it. September 2022. I'm down to the last doctor's appointments. I got 3 more to go. It's official. My sister and her husband, they go get a place. They leave us with this place. We done made the arrangements of who's going to get the room, who such. I had already had everything planned out. I'm going to get this place in order. Me and my nephew, we're going to handle it. Before November hit, everything that I've turned topsy-turvy. So now, it's not just me and my nephew. It's me and all her kids and a dog. So I got to grin and bear it. I get the phone call. My relative. Hey, what kind of apartment you looking for? I told him. He has colonoscopy and everything looks good. We can schedule your operation. And then the day hit. They did the colonoscopy. They did the scans. And they said, we'll let you know everything in 2 weeks. But you have to do one last colonoscopy. I said, that's it? Yeah, okay. I go in to the house. As my sister is making all these arrangements to move into her new home and all this stuff, I let everybody in that house know. I move out to my own place. I'm going to show you all everything you all need to do so that you all can maintain this. Y'all going to be okay. But after that surgery, 6 months from now, I'm gone. Now, mind you, when I said this, everybody was there, including my sister at the time. And my sister had already knew, based upon certain things that I noticed in that home. I know you trying to find a place. Now, I know she knew I was trying to find a place because my other sister and I, we talk. So I know they talk. So I know she told her. But the way that she said it in a very snide way. But I know my sister 2022. I go to the last colonoscopy and they said we can start making arrangements for your surgery. And I bust out crying. But here's the other thing. I'm scared because the last time that I was trying to get stuff together, I was in a way and the tumor busted. During that week, I was supposed to be getting ready to sign an agreement to moving into an apartment and starting my brand new job, traveling, doing airbrushing for a party company. Job of a lifetime. And now I'm back in the hospital, this time for 10 days. And comes the colostomy bag that I had to wear for 6 years. That needs to be done is done. That's how scared I was. Come February 23rd, we go and we had the surgery. I woke up 8 hours later. Because now my life has started over. What's next? I don't have this bag on me no more. I don't have this cancer issue no more. I've already survived the cancer years, but I had to deal with this hole because I've been open for so long. Who knows what's going to happen? So I got to go through this period. The healing process, it was rough for a minute, but we got through it. And he found a couple of places. All the way up until that surgery, as I said, 6 months later, I'm going to be in my own place. And I worked my ass off to get what I needed. I worked my ass off all the way up until June, and I started seeing the patterns. All of the BS that you can imagine. July come. All of the BS that you can imagine. I ain't told nobody my plans. I finally got it. I finally got the place. That same day, the daughter of the man who got me my place died. I will never forget that. The day I signed my lease was the same day my cousin died. Very strong man. I ended up getting my apartment August. You don't want to deal with, but it's going to be thrown in your face. And I realized exactly where the majority of my issues was coming from. And that argument answered everything that I needed to get an answer to. This is why I said at the beginning of this, work on you. You are going to realize that the people that always got something to say about you, they're saying it because they know that you're working on. You're stronger. You got more of a strong will, and you want better. And they just like being where they're at. No shade towards anybody. This can be from anybody. But the situation that I came from, change. But it takes time. You have to change. And it's going to take time. And we do that because that's the human ego. But when that ego compromises your common sense, it becomes disastrous and you'll be in a lonely place. So I've been on here for 34 minutes. I hope you got the message. Don't avoid it. Deal with it. Write it down. Talk to yourself. Push yourself. I'm releasing everything that I'm fearing for the higher good so that the best can come out of this. And once you see, you're going to feel it all up in here because, yeah, it's scary. It's scary, but you'll get through it. Not for everybody else, but for you. Don't do it for everybody else. Do it for you. If you got children, if you got a loved one, do it for you first so that you can be at your very best for those who you love. And even if you have to let these people know, I cannot do this with you all because you're draining me of my life source. But mean what you say and stand on it. I hope somebody got something out of that. This is step one. Work on you. There's nothing wrong with having an issue, but it's definitely something wrong when you keep avoiding it. Stop avoiding it and work on you. And let's see how this works. Work on you. Work on you. Stop avoiding what's hurting you. Work on it. Get it out of your system before this quote unquote new year. We know the real new year is in March. So in spring. So now you still got 2 months to work on you. Where do you want to see yourself in 120 days? Get back up and keep it going. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. Till next time. Classes, the next set of videos will be the actual classes with cancer prevention tactics. This is just therapy right now. And we'll start every class with a little therapeutic session so that we can get to the nitty gritty. And I'll try to keep it down to 30 minutes. All right.